Group F. Canada 1, Morocco 2. Canada exits the World Cup on 0 points, which is not something to be too upset about. It is something to build towards in the next World Cup when they co-host with us in Mexico. And I think for Canada, you have a team that is very fast-paced. I like their attacking style. Um, you can make a case that maybe they were missing their best midfielder on the day, and one of their most important players for half the tournament. The only team that really truly outplayed Canada was Croatia, I felt. I would have liked to have seen that game played back with a three-man midfield. I believe they were also missing Stefan Eustachio for this game, so they're not a team with a lot of depth as some of like the top sides in this tournament, but it cost them. And let's go through the stats here. They had 59% possession. Morocco had 41%. Over 200 more, almost 200 more completed passes than Morocco. A superior pass accuracy. 5 shots to Morocco's 6. Granted, neither of them were on target. But I think what really hurt Canada was that early goal that Ziyech scored. Milan Borjan has to do better to collect that ball. That was a clean giveaway, and it gifted Morocco the lead so early on in the match, a game in which Canada came out firing all cylinders because they wanted to get something. They wanted to go home with a victory, or at least a point. And I thought it was a little bit harsh because then you have En-Nesyri's goal, which came just 19 minutes later. So by the 23rd minute, Morocco had already taken a 2-0 lead. And also shout out credit to En-Nesyri's goal. Right-footed shot from the right side of the box to the corner. Assisted by Achraf Hakimi with a through ball. Very well-timed through ball. Morocco showing their quality in moments like that. And it got interesting right before the stroke of halftime. Nayef Aguirre with a horrible mistake at the back, pulling one back for Canada. The own goal, which is now the only goal that Morocco has conceded this whole tournament. That own goal by Aguirre. Nobody has scored on Morocco in their own right in this World Cup. That could change. They have a very difficult round of 16 match against Spain. Maybe Morocco is overdue to concede a goal from another team. But you have to give mad respect for Morocco becoming the first African nation in 24 years to top their World Cup group. First one since Nigeria in 1998. And this is the second time in history Morocco tops a World Cup group. They did it back in 1986, which just so happens to be the last time they advanced past the group stages. So the Atlas Lions doing North Africa, doing Arab football, the Middle East proud, the only representative in the next round. I had this team making the quarterfinals. It's going to be very arduous against Spain. They're not going to be favored. But I'm rooting for them to pull through. I'm going to show my bias here. I want Morocco to pull through that, make my prediction come true. I think it'd be great for Middle Eastern football, this being the first ever World Cup on Arab soil. And Morocco as a unit are very, very well drilled. Very well drilled under their manager, Walid Regawi. And they didn't necessarily need a result today, and they got the full 3 points anyway in a group containing two relatively big European sides. And, of course, as an Egyptian, I'm happy for them. They made all of Africa proud, all of the Middle East proud, Arab football. I hope they keep going, honestly. For Canada, I think this was a tournament of both bad luck and as well as them showcasing their inexperience. I feel like they could have gotten something out of that Belgium game, a match in which they were not outplayed at all. I don't think 0 points is accurately a reflection of where Canada is. I really, really don't. This is the best performing 0 points team in a World Cup I have seen in my lifetime. You take the high point of playing some of your best football ever, If you're a Canadian fan, this is what your team did. You were not outclassed at all in 2 out of 3 games. And there's nowhere to go for Canada except up from here. There's nowhere else to go from here except up. And who knows how differently their campaign unfolds if Alphonso Davies scores that penalty against Belgium. We could be talking about an entirely different story here. And that's just what's so weird about football. It's moments that can just change everything.